When did the modern lettuce stray away from wild lettuce? Because this is not producing any kind of white milky latex. I remember at my mom's garden a few years back, I picked a leaf of lettuce in her garden, and there was a white milky latex. But with this type of lettuce, there's none. Absolutely none. So that's a concern. This isn't lettuce. They want, well, okay, what's it say on the package? Ha! Look at that. They can't even call it lettuce. They don't even know what to call it. It's a spring mix. They can't identify this because it's not what people will want to call it lettuce. The spring mix. What kind of spring mix? It must be its GMO style, GMO brand. But if it's lettuce only produces the white milky latex, kind of like dandelion, but they're definitely different tasting white milky latexes with different benefits. But this is just, it doesn't its blood doesn't run milky. It's clear. So I think that's an indication of it being a very fast grower and possibly having little nutritional value. But I don't think it's that fair to judge a plant based on the milkiness, alright, for how healthy it is to eat for people. Because there's plenty of types of foods out there that don't produce milkiness, like grape leaves or radishes. So it's just different. But I think it's kind of important to every so often have a plant that does produce a white milky latex. If nothing else, it can offer a good variety in your diet. You know, don't just judge it by the types of leaves. Like, oh, I gotta have spinach leaves, or kale, or lettuce, just because they all look different. You may also want to consider, does it produce a white milky latex too, to decide on if it's healthy enough to eat. I'm tempted to try to pick wild lettuce and preserve it, just grow it in my car, but I tried it in the winter when I used to own a house, and it failed. I think it was actually in the summer. I actually picked the plant. Or no, I pulled the seeds, and then I tried to plant them in the winter time, hoping that the warmer temperature in my house would have sparked growth, but it didn't. Plants know when it's winter time. They could probably judge by daylight pretty good. So I had to toss out that project. But maybe taking a different approach. I mean, it can't be that all wild plants just don't do well domesticated. I mean, dandelion at least grows in between sidewalk cracks. I might consider pulling up a dandelion and just growing it in my car along with my other herbs here, but I can't grow too much. I just used a bread pan and this container, and stick with that. Not overdo it too much, because I'm constantly shifting these around. This is a car greenhouse, and the sunlight is constantly changing on me. So I bury things on top of one another, and that's a big threat. When I gotta move things around to find other things, sometimes I'll cover up my plants. Right now, this is the perfect spot, having all this sunlight, but in a few hours it'll be dark. And I like these to stay directly in the sunlight, especially as moderate and mild as temperature as it is. But yeah, once again, I'm disappointed on the lack of the white milky latex, and I clearly see that Pete will not even bother calling it lettuce, but everybody who looks at it will be like, it's lettuce, and it's because it's probably GMO, and designed to look like it. Kind of like one of those ornamentals plants.